Hi everyone, Sammy the swimming teacher here. It's so great to see all your smiling faces again. Did you practice with your family on how to respond to an emergency? Today, we're going to be practicing our breaststroke, and we've got our special guest Colleen here to understand different types of aquatic environments. But before we get started, we need to make sure we have plenty of space again. You remember what to do. So we're going to spin around with our arms out nice and slow, make sure we don't hit anything. And reaching up, make sure we can't touch anything, and down on the ground to make sure there's nothing around us that we can hurt ourselves on. Don't forget to get your family involved again, and let's go warm up.
To be a top-class swimmer and swim like a fish, you've got to get in the pool. Get in the pool. Grab your talent, swimmers, get ready for some fun and go to swim school. Go to swim school. In the pool at any time. If you learn to swim, then you'll be fine. Come on and take a tip from me, be the best you can be. Go to swim school. Swim as well as a fish can swim when you go to swim school. Well, if you want to make some friends that love to do the things that you love to do, take the time to get along to some lessons. Yes, we call it swim school. Yes, we call it swim school. When the sun begins to shine, if you learn to swim, then you'll be fine. Come on and take a tip from me, be the best you can be. Go to swim school. In the pool at any time. If you learn to swim, then you'll be fine. Come on and take a tip from me, be the best you can be. Go to swim school. Swim as well as a fish can swim when you go to swim school.
Are you ready to practice your breaststroke with me today? Did you know there are two different types of breaststroke? There's competitive breaststroke and there's survival breaststroke. Now, they are very similar, but there are a couple of things that make them a little bit different. So our competitive breaststroke is used when we swim in races and our head is in the water and we have to practice our breathing. And it's at a very fast pace because we're racing. And then there's survival breaststroke where our face stays out of the water so we can see where we're going and we can breathe, and it's very slow paced so that we can conserve energy. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of both, but before we get started, I need you to grab some items. So first, you'll need either a couch, some cushions, a doona or a blanket, something to elevate you on the floor so that you can swim your breaststroke face down. You need to have probably about that much height underneath you, just under your belly, just to make you come off the ground. All right? If I can get you to grab those things for me, I'm going to give you 30 seconds and I'm going to go grab mine. Are you ready? Let's go. I've got my couch here. Hope you've got your items. Now, before we get started, did you know that breaststroke is really similar to survival backstroke, which is a stroke we did last week? The differences being that, well, it's on your tummy, breaststroke's on your tummy, and survival backstroke's on your back. So today we're going to go through the body position, the kick, the arms, and then we're going to do a little bit of timing and breathing when we put it all together to do our breaststroke. So the first thing we need to do, first on that list, is our body position. So remember I said we're going to be facing down towards the floor today. So we want to make sure that we're nice and long, nice and flat, and we keep our head in alignment with our body, so we're nice and straight, okay? So laying on my tummy, I'm going to keep my hands here to balance me, because when we do our arms later, this is where our arms are going to come to. So I just want to make sure that I can lay in a nice straight line. So if I'm like this or I'm like this, it's going to make it really hard for me to swim my breaststroke. So we want to be in a nice long line. All right. Cool. So now that you've got the body position, it's time for us to learn our legs. Now, our legs are very, very similar to our survival backstroke, or you might remember it as chicken aeroplane soldier, in the sense that we have a whip kick. But being on our tummy, it's going to change the direction that our legs go. So in survival backstroke last week, we dropped our feet, okay? What we're going to do this time is I want you to wiggle your hips back so that you've got enough space there. When you bend your legs, you're going to bend your knees this way so that your feet are kind of in line with your bottom. You don't want them up here, you don't want them down here, right? Nice and long there. You're going to turn your feet out and you're going to whip your legs nice and straight. So I'm going to show you from this end, just so you can see when I turn my feet out, I make kind of like a W shape before I whip my legs. Okay, I'm going to show you. So I put my hips on the edge, I drop, my knees, my feet are here, they turn out, and then they whip, and then they're nice and long. Do you think we can try that together? So, hips down nice and low. We go from straight, bend this way, turn your feet out, and kick. And again, we drop and pull our feet in, turn our feet out, and push. I think we can do a bigger whip than that. I think mine was a little bit floppy. Let's try it again. How's yours going? Probably better than mine. And snap. Oh, that was so much better. I think one more. Go this way, turn your feet out, and snap. Good job. Do you think maybe we can try putting a glide in with our legs? Let's try it again. Let's see if we can glide for 3 seconds. Do you remember how to glide? Remember, we learned how to glide last week, where when we finished our whip kick, we held our legs nice and long. So we used our legs to push us through the water. We held our glide to conserve some energy. All right, are you ready to try our breaststroke kick with some gliding? For 3 seconds. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Get ready. And whip. 1, 2, 3. And again. And whip. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Whip. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Now, because we're doing a really strong whip when we're doing our gliding, you might be a little bit tired. But as we get better, it will be a lot easier and we'll be able to use it to conserve our energy. All right, I'm just going to move my couch out of the way. You might want to move your cushions out of the way, or your doona, whatever you're using. All right, so the next thing that we're going to learn how to do is how to do our arms, okay? So with our arms, they start in like a Superman position out in front of us, okay? We're going to use our sculling hands. Do you remember how we do sculling hands? We learnt that back in session 1. We're going to use our hands to scull or to pull the water underneath us, and then we're going to shoot our hands forward, okay? So we're going to pull or scull, and then shoot your hands forward. Can we try it again? Pull and shoot. Now, when we do our pull, we want to make sure our arms don't come too far behind us. So when we scull, our arms stay in front of our body, and then they push. Can you try it with me? Ready? Pull and push. And pull and push. And again, pull and push. That was really good. Do you think we can try doing that walking around the room? I want you to pretend that the air is like water. So as we're walking, we're going to pull and then push. So When we're moving through the water, our arms don't move us really far. We use our legs to propel us forward. Our arms are just giving us a little bit of an assistance, and they're helping us breathe as well. Okay, so when you're pulling your arms, I want you to walk towards your arms, take a breath, and go back down here to Superman. Do you think you can do that for me? So, you walk to your arms, take a breath, and back down this way. Now, you might notice that I've now changed my head, okay? I'm practicing my breathing. Maybe you can have a go too. So, I start with my head down. As I pull my arms, I take a breath, and then I put my head back down, so I'm like Superman. Do you reckon we can practice walking around the room? Let's go. I pull in and push. I'm gonna go this way now. I'm gonna pull in and push. Pull in, push. Better go this way so I don't bump into anything. And I pull in and push. I pull and take a breath, push. Pull and take a breath, push. Pull and take a breath, push. Keep going, we're nearly there. Pull and take a breath, push. Pull and take a breath, push. Oh, this water's a bit hard to swim in. What do you reckon? They were some good arms. I think maybe we can practice them lying down now. So I'm going to grab my couch. If you want to put your cushions back on the floor. All right. So when we practice our arms this time, we're going to lay down so that our arms drop right on the edge here. So if you're on the floor, you should be able to touch the floor here if you've got cushions. Because I'm on the couch, I've obviously got lots of space. So I want my armpits underneath whatever I've got to raise my body up. So we're going to start with our arms out. We're going to pull, and then we're going to push. All right? So we're going to pull and push. Now, do you remember before when I said we keep our arms in front of us? By using this, we help keep our arms in front of us. Because if we pull our arms all the way by our side when we're swimming, it's going to make it really hard for us to take a breath. And it's going to make it take us a long time to push forward to then start our stroke again. So we keep our arms nice and small, but we want to keep them nice and strong with the sculling. Let's try it again. Are you ready? So we go arms, breathe, push. Sculling arms, breathe and push. Sculling arms, breathe and push. Sculling arms, breathe and push. Good job. Now, don't forget, when you take your breath, your head has to go back down before your arms reach Superman. Because otherwise, your head might get a little bit stuck. So let's try it again. We're going to do it 3 times. Are you ready? Starting out in Superman. Go arms, breathe, head down, push. Arms, breathe, head down, push. One more. Arms, breathe, push down. Awesome job. All right. Now that we've got our body position, we have our kick, which is our whip kick. Really important that we always do a whip kick. And we have our arms. You learn how to do some breathing. I think it's time to put it all together and learn a little bit of timing. So with our breaststroke, there are a couple of different ways that you can remember how to do your breaststroke in the correct order. So it looks a little bit like a frog, but we don't want to look completely like a frog because we're people, we're not frogs. So it's a frog kick, but our arms don't look like frogs at all. So when we do our breaststroke, I like to remember arms, breathe, kick, and glide. But you might remember pull, breathe, kick, glide, or you might have another way that you've learned how to remember it. I'm going to show you how I do arms, breathe, kick, glide. Are you ready? So I start in my Superman. I pull my arms as I start my legs. I breathe. I turn my feet out. I kick and I glide. I go arms, breathe, kick, glide. Do you think you might be able to try it with me? I'm going to do it a little bit slower so you can follow along. Are you ready? So starting in our nice flat body position, as I pull my arms, I start to take a breath and I drop my knees. So this is arms and breathe. Then I turn my feet out and I kick and glide. So here we go, arms and your legs start. As your feet turn out, you take a breath. As you kick, you push your arms forward, and then you should be flying like Superman. Can we speed it up a little bit? So this time, I'm just going to say arms, breathe, kick, glide. If you have another way to remember it, you can say that too, okay? Are you ready? Arms, breathe, kick, glide. Arms, breathe, kick, glide. Arms, breathe, kick, glide. Can I watch yours? All right, I'm going to say arms, breathe, kick, glide. And I'm going to watch yours at home. Are you ready? Starting in Superman. Arms, breathe, kick, glide. Arms, breathe, kick, glide. Pretty good. Can we do it again together? Maybe we can have a race. Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready? I'm going to say go. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, go, and then we're going to go together. We're going to see if we can do 10. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I'm really tired. I think you bet me. I think I only got 6. Are you still going? Oh, you've definitely won. Good job. Well, now that we've learned how to do our competitive breaststroke, maybe we can have a go at survival breaststroke. Do you remember what I said survival breaststroke is? That's right. It's you're keeping your head above the water, you're watching where you're going, and it's nice and slow. I think I need to go a bit slow, do some survival breaststroke after trying to race you. I can't wait to get back in the pool and get fit again. All right, so with this one, keep our head up and same thing except there's no breathing. Oh, this is so much better, don't you reckon? All right, I'm gonna leave you to keep practicing your breaststroke, and I'm gonna go have a drink of water, I think. I'll see you soon.
Hi, welcome everyone. My name's Colleen. I'm a swimming teacher at Maroondah Leisure, and today we're going to look at different waterways. First, we're going to go to the river. So what we do need is a life jacket. I'd love it if you could go and have a look. Just go grab a jacket out of your room or mum and dad's, and maybe a couple of cushions and a pillow, and I'll meet you back here in 30 seconds and we'll go to the river. How exciting. See you in a second. Welcome back everyone. Have you got your jacket? All right, I know I have mine and your cushions too, but first we'll start off with our jacket. So grab your jacket, I'm going to get mine. As you will see, mine might be a little bit different to yours. This is a life jacket, is what we would use in the water. Okay, yours is just a pretend one today, which is perfectly fine. Can you see that I've got some zips? And I'm doing up my buckles to keep my life jacket nice and snug. You can do the same with your jacket if it has a zip or buttons. All right, now that we're all set up, let's first have a look around and see what we can find at the river, just to make sure that we're getting in to the right area and in a safe place, all right? Have a look. I can see a few things. You can always write them in the comments if you like. I can see some rocks. I can see some currants at the back there. Lots of trees. Probably a few sticks around, so we need to be careful of that. And also the sliding edges, they can be a bit muddy, so we need to be very aware and careful. All right, so now that we've had a look, where do you think is the best way to probably get into the river? Put it in your comments if you know. Let me give you a little clue. It's nice and smooth around here. Probably be the best way to get in there. So let's pop our boats in the water, grab your cushions, and we'll pop them down. All right, in the water, on the boat we go, and we're going to start rowing. Are you ready? Use your sculling hands, I'm sure you remember them. Let's start off a bit slow. Have a look around at the beautiful water. That's the way. See if you can see any signs. Can you see any signs anywhere? That's right. All right, let's go a little bit faster. Keep rowing faster and faster. That's it. Row. That's the way. Using those arms. Faster and faster we go. Uh-oh, I think my boat's going to tip. Ah! Oh my goodness. Whoa. How are you? Are you okay? All right, so if we fall into the water, the best thing that we can do is pop our feet up, lie back, head back, and a big help, help, help. Can you wave your hand like that? Well done. I think we might have another turn of that. Let's see if you can do it. All right, so remember you're lying back in the water, feet up, head back, and help, help, help. I can hear you from here. Well done. That's awesome. All right, now that we're back to safety, we're going to actually have a trip to the beach now. So well done today, and thank you for coming to the river with me. Hi, I hope you had fun at the river like I did, and I'd love you to join me at the beach. So, what's the best things that we can bring to the beach with us? What do you bring? Maybe you can write it in the comments. I know I can bring my sun hat, sunscreen. I bring a ball and a cricket set sometimes. What do you bring? Would you like to put what you do at the beach in the comments with your family? I'd love to know. All right, first thing we need to do is look for signage. Any signs at the beach? And also flags, our life-saving flags. They're red and yellow, really important for us to swim between when we're at the beach. All right, so what we're going to do is go to the beach. I'd love you to grab your cushions again. I'm going to grab my cushions and then we can head into the ocean for a swim. Pop them down on the ground, just so that it protects our tummy here as well. Lying down, lots of kicks, and let's go. Let's swim out to the ocean. So kicking using your freestyle arms, lots of kicks. Oh. There's a lot of big waves. As you know, going to different beaches, there's small waves, there's big waves, lots of different ones. But I noticed today they're pretty big. Whoa! Can you feel the big waves as well? That's the way. Keep swimming. I feel like I might be in a bit of a strong current here. The water's a little bit murky. There's no breaking waves. I might be in a rip. But it's okay. Don't panic. Don't swim straight back to the beach. Swim sideways, in line with the sand. That's the way. If that's not working, we need to turn around and float on our back, feet up, head back, and a big help, help, so your lifesavers can hear you or anyone else around. I hope you've learned to stay safe at the beach today. I've had a wonderful time with you. Stay safe and remember to swim between the yellow and red flags.
Thanks for joining us today. Can you help me to thank our guest, Colleen? And I think today you deserve a clap too, so let's give us a clap for everyone participating at home. You can join us next week for side stroke and a super secret surprise activity. You can also do our nipple session Tuesdays 4:30 and learn how to be a lifesaver. Until next week, why don't you download our Everyday Lifesaver app and have a go at the games on there. See you next week.